tuning in to see this video. Going to do an events and festivals roundup this evening. Going to be looking at, for the final time, the Isle of Wight Festival. Also adding Download Festival to this, to the weekend. That's coming up over the weekend. Then going out to Glastonbury and British Grand Prix over the final weekend of June. And then going on into the first weekend of July, which will be the Download Festival and the Wimbledon Finals weekend. So lots of festivals and events coming up, and we're going to see what weather is going to be doing for all of those festivals and events, or what it may be doing as we get out towards the longer range events and festivals. Just want to mention the advertising. There's keyword ads on all of my pages at gazweathervids.com. If you click through the keywords, the words are illuminated green, click through those words to the advertiser's website, you'll be supporting gazweathervids.com, and thanks very much for doing that. So starting off over the weekend, we're starting off tomorrow actually, Thursday the 13th of June, first day of the Isle of Wight Festival. Going to be a bit blowy in the Isle of Wight. We've got tightly packed ice bars here across England and Wales tomorrow. Be very windy down along the south coast through the course of the day. And we're going to have some rain around as well. Now it's probably quite showery, but certainly could be some blustery showers blowing through the channel tomorrow afternoon on that keen, strong, perhaps for a time, up to gale force westerly wind. Really windy day tomorrow. And it's going to be cool as well. Temperatures just into the mid-teens at best. So a very unpleasant sort of day to start off the Isle of Wight Festival. Go through to Friday, Friday the 14th of June. Got the Isle of Wight Festival day 2, and we'll be got the first day of a Download Festival at Donington Park in Leicestershire. The idea for Friday is that we've got another area of low pressure developing out in the Atlantic, and we've got this westerly wind feeding in across the country. But winds will be lighter than we're going to have tomorrow. It's not going to be the gale force wind, but still pretty blowy. And that low pressure out to west will be bringing more rain in across the country. So it looks like it's going to turn quite wet actually on Friday across much of Ireland, England and Wales. That will probably affect the Isle of Wight. Perhaps not too heavy down there, but for Leicestershire, Donington, where Download is going on, could really be quite wet indeed through Friday afternoon. The rain persists there through into the evening. Temperatures very cool, just into the mid-teens once again. Going through to Saturday the 15th of June, and low pressure is still dominating to the north of Scotland. Very, very slight transient ridge going on here across England and Wales, so a slightly better day on Saturday. Still a chance of a few showers around, particularly for Donington Park, but for the south coast, the Isle of Wight, I think you'll do alright on Saturday. It's going to be probably the best day out of the four for you. Temperatures do lift up just a little bit, getting up towards 17-18 degrees. Perhaps a little bit more than that along the south coast, could be up to 20, but then it all goes down here. Look at this horrendous looking chart for Sunday. I think the GFS model is probably overdoing this a little bit, but if it isn't, then that's a really unpleasant day for Sunday. A big dartboard low pressure coming in off the Atlantic, bringing a lot of heavy rain in across the country. Gale force winds possible again as well. That would affect both Download at Donington, and it would affect the Isle of Wight Festival as well. Really cool day. Temperatures barely into the mid-teens. So it looks like a very mixed outlook for the weekend. All of those festivals, well, 2 festivals over the weekend, really quite a poor outlook. There will be rain at times, so do be prepared if you're going to those events for some rain. This will be the last update I do for those 2, so if you're off to them, enjoy them. Going through now to the end of June, and this is the Glastonbury weekend. We see that for Thursday the 27th, when the Glastonbury Festival is starting, we've got a ridge of high pressure sitting to the west of the country, low pressure up to the north of Scotland. That's probably bringing down a few showers, but it's mainly dry, and temperatures will be on the cool side, but at least it is mainly dry for the first day of the Glastonbury Festival. As we move out to Friday the 28th of June, well again the idea is that high pressure is ridging in from the Atlantic. This is the long range CFS model, I should just explain, but it's a bit experimental. It's from the website Weather Online. You can find that on my links page, but the idea is that still the high pressure is ridging in off the Atlantic, giving mainly fine and dry weather for Thursday the 28th of June. Not a heat wave by any means, rather cool, but even so, temperatures would be okay in the sunshine around the season average. Going through to Saturday the 29th, the actual weekend of Glastonbury, and of course the British Grand Prix at Silverstone going on at this point. Well, this will be qualifying day at Silverstone. High pressure is ridging in off the Atlantic, so if anything it starts to warm up, and it's still dry with good sunshine very likely. And for the final day of Glastonbury and the British Grand Prix, the actual day of British Grand Prix, well, high pressure sitting right over the top of the country there. Dry, sunny, and very warm potentially with that. Temperatures would be probably into the low to mid 20s, around the upper 70s Fahrenheit. Really good update there for Glastonbury and for Silverstone. Keep your fingers crossed that that is right, but I'd say it is experimental. Then finally, as we're going out to the end, to the first weekend of July, we're going to deal with the Wimbledon Finals weekend and the weekend of the Brentwood Festival, and we're looking again at still their suggestion that high pressure is sitting there across southern and western parts of the country. So again, we're looking at mainly fine and dry weather for Friday the 7th of June. Yes, good sunny spells, temperatures into the mid-20s quite likely. Going through to today the 6th of June, 6th of July, high pressure again, very dominant, dry, sunny and warm. And then as we go out to Sunday the 7th of June, last day of the Brentwood Festival, and the last day of Wimbledon, this will be high pressure again. It's dominating the weather, keeping it dry, sunny and warm. So some really good updates there for Glastonbury, the last weekend of June, and for the Brentwood Festival the first weekend of July. Some really good updates from the CFS model. This model is experimental though. We've got to wait till this comes into the high resolution model before we can start to be too sure about it, but certainly looking pretty decent there for the last weekend of June and the first weekend of July. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.